Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Bitboy Crypto, which is the second largest cryptocurrency YouTube channel on the entire planet, with damn near 1.3 million subscribers, he's told his audience that XRP holders will be validated, and that $4 XRP is absolutely nothing. And this is probably my favorite Bitboy Crypto a little spiel to this point on XRP specifically, and I happen to agree fervently, 100% with the sentiment here. And so I'll say this too, like, although I don't make price predictions and I'm never going to, I'm willing to talk about price action because it's fun, it's interesting. We're all in XRP, we all get that, of course. I'm just not so bold as to make a prediction, but in terms of how high it might go, most of the time I've been running this YouTube channel, which I launched in the middle of December 2018, and I've been in crypto since November of 2017. For that whole time period, the time that I've been running the YouTube channel, I haven't, for most of the time, talked a whole lot about like where I think it's likely XRP price might land, even within a range. And the reason being is, especially back in 2018 and in 2019, and until very recently, it was not particularly clear. All you could do is look at historically how the crypto asset class has performed, may have expectations about how high Bitcoin might go, and then say, okay, if XRP does a percentage of that, because the market moves in tandem, okay, maybe you might get like a range. And then the TA guys have the way that they actually approach it, which is different and maybe perhaps a little bit more sophisticated. But seeing how far we are into this market cycle here, it gets easier to have an idea of where things might go, and it's always going to be based off of what has happened in the past, because I think humans are behaving about the same as they had in the past. Now, if they were behaving differently in various ways than they had in the past, then I'd say throw out the window what's happened in the past. Ain't gonna do us no damn good because of reasons X, Y, Z, whatever they would be. But no, humans are behaving about the same. So now that we know how high Bitcoin's going, or how high it's gone, it went up to almost $65,000 just a few months ago, and now it's about a 100% certainty that we got this final leg up here. Man, Bitcoin, even if it doesn't go to these astronomical levels that some are calling for, like 250,000 or 300,000, whatever, even if it doesn't happen this market cycle, it doesn't need to happen to get an outrageous percentage growth for XRP. And so I'm going to share with you specifically what Bitboy Crypto had to say. And I've also got an article here I wanted to run through, and I got a few things to say about this. It's from the Daily Hodl. It's titled, "Here's How Bullish Crypto Investors Really Are on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, Luna, and XRP." This comes from a survey. But I also want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, just for fun. And here you can see this is Bitboy Crypto's YouTube channel, close to 1.3 million subscribers and 147 million views. So he's got a following for a reason here, and it is nice that he's come on board and joined the XRP community, because for years and years he was anti-Ripple and anti-XRP, but in the not too distant past he kind of changed his tune and recognized, hey, there's actually tremendous opportunity here, and he's also of the mindset that Ripple is going to win this case, or it'll be settled, dismissed, whatever, but Ripple will win this case against the SEC, and when that happens, that's a moment that's just going to spark the price and go absolutely ballistic here. And so I'm on board with that too. And so I'm going to share with you a clip. I actually transcribed it because I want to talk about it as I go through it anyway, at least a couple parts of it. Worth knowing before I go through this, in case you missed, he did have a prediction that did not come to pass, and I was critical of this, not critical against him, nothing against him whatsoever, but I was challenging one of his ideas, which was that in maybe late August or the very early part of September, he said that by the middle of September, the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit would be settled. And for a number of reasons I'm not going to talk about in this video, I've thoroughly covered it. I said I don't think that's likely, nothing's impossible, but that just doesn't seem likely. And so that did not come to pass. And the only reason I'm even mentioning that is because it's relevant to part of what he said, and without that context, you're not necessarily going to know what I'm talking about here. But take a look at this. And by the way, XRP's been running. At the time I'm recording this, it's at $1.16, but a little bit earlier today, it got as high as $1.21. And so it's exciting to see these runs when they happen on days like this, because XRP's been outperforming the market. Like the market's actually, a lot of it at the moment I'm recording this, in red. But XRP's up with just a handful of other cryptocurrencies, so it's nice. You know what? We'll take the green days like that when we get them, because XRP today is outperforming the rest of the crypto market, by and large. And so this clip was shared by my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Digital Asset Investor, and I transcribed this. So check this out. This is Bitboy Crypto now. We've called the XRP army crazy for years. DJ still calls them crazy. Now, it makes sense that I'm the leader. The fact is that by the end of this bull run, the XRP army is going to be validated. They are going to be validated. And while I've had to take some grief for a couple of weeks, as we said this would be over in September, and it wasn't, we've been taking this grief. But guess what's going to happen? We're going to be proven right. But the XRP army has been saying this stuff for years, and people have not been listening. Yes, let me pause right there. That's for damn sure. And it's weird. So I don't know if these people just didn't understand the degree to which this market moves in tandem, or for some people it really is that they know that, but they're so ideologically driven that they're just articulating that they don't believe XRP is going to go with the rest of the market. But when XRP goes, it goes. And it was the number one performing crypto out of thousands of cryptos in 2017. And so even if it isn't the number one performer, even if it happens to not be for this year or this market cycle, my gosh, there's so much attention around it. There's so much new money flowing into it. I believe that when it pops, it's going to go absolutely ballistic, which is why, as I'm saying, the closer we get into this market cycle, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, it becomes increasingly clear to me that some of these bigger numbers that a lot of these chart analysts that I follow are saying they expect to happen, they don't seem bonkers to me. And I don't know if they're going to hit. I don't. But when you see people like Credible Crypto and Leb Crypto and DIY Investing and many others say that they think that XRP is going anywhere from like $20 to $30, it doesn't seem bonkers. I'm more confident that that's something that could be on the table now than I was a year ago or 2 years ago, because we've seen how high Bitcoin and Ethereum have gotten. And I say Ethereum, it's important because Ethereum and XRP both peaked in terms of market cap at about the same level last market cycle, about the same. And they were jockeying for that number two position, second to Bitcoin in terms of market cap, back and forth. And Ethereum was ahead most of the time, but for a good bit, XRP was above Ethereum in terms of market cap as well. And so looking at that, I'm sitting here thinking, just with how high Ethereum already went a few months ago when it hit its high, whatever it was, 43 or 4,400 bucks, well, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 billion market cap. So, you figure XRP, if it just matches that, then you're looking at over $10 XRP, $11 XRP already right there. And even if it performed half as well as that, you're still looking at $5 XRP. So, and look, I think $5 is far too low for this market cycle at this point. That doesn't seem. There's no way to know for sure. But I'm just saying, if you just draw upon history and see how far we've progressed and how much this market cycle's kind of looking like what's happened in the past, that's why I'm saying this. And so we're all going to find out together. Nobody knows, but it's totally plausible. And then, like I keep saying, the more time it passes, the more I'm like, wow, this seems very realistically, potentially anyway. It seems more plausible than it certainly did in the past, right? And so again, Ben Armstrong, Bitboy Crypto here, he said, people have not been listening. Here's the rest of his quote. When all of this happens, it's going to happen super fast, it's going to go super high, and they're going to be validated. The same way that we will be validated as soon as this thing is all over as well. And all of these comments about, where is your $4 XRP? Well, you can take your $4 XRP and you can smoke it. Because $4 XRP is nothing compared to where it's going to go. $4 XRP is nothing compared to where this price is going to go. And if you think that this bull run is the end for XRP, wait until the next one when the company is public. That's all I've got to say about that. You know what? A golf clap for Bitboy Crypto right there. Now that I could not agree with more. And so look, well, part of it I'm going to disagree with a little bit. As far as Ripple going public, which is what he meant when he said the company going public, that's what he was talking about here. It's very clear at this point that the price action of XRP is not impacted by Ripple. That is provably true, and that's not a subjective opinion. That's objective fact. You can just chart it. And so this is a legal argument that Ripple's actually making. They'll be arguing this in court, assuming it makes it to court and there's no settlement. Absolutely, it's verifiably true. Which is why, for those of you that have been around a while, it would never stop. There was constant good news, and I've been making content for years now, almost 3 years at this point on YouTube anyway. And then my comment section of my videos for years. It's just been the case. Well, how come the price of XRP isn't coming up? There's all this good news with Ripple and XRP. I was like, guys, that's not. This is not what dictates price action. It's not about the fundamentals. People are not considering what Ripple is doing when they're buying or selling XRP globally. That much is verifiably true, and that's why. And so a symptom of that is that people were just complaining that despite all of this good news, there was no upward movement in terms of XRP price action. And so that's a sign of an immature market where fundamentals don't matter to that degree, and the whole market moves in tandem to that degree. Yeah. And so what I would say here in terms of the impact of Ripple going public, well, look, they're an important player within the XRP ecosystem. There's no denying that, and XRP as a bridge currency is the most well-known use case at this point. But people use it for all sorts of other stuff, and it's going to persist because people find it useful even outside of that. Even if you're just talking about moving it from exchange to exchange manually because that's faster than using like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and because it's so liquid, which is, by the way, something you can't code into a cryptocurrency. The liquidity, it just is or it isn't. And so that right there is another selling point, another reason that XRP is not likely to be going away anytime soon, if ever. And so I see all of this, and I'm just sitting here thinking, no, as far as Ripple going public, maybe the moment it happens, maybe the price pops or something like that. Maybe because in rare instances you can get something where there's expectation with Ripple, something associated with Ripple, and the price does move. It's exceedingly rare. Now, if something like this happens, it's a maybe, but even then, stuff like that, it's short-lived stuff anyway, even when it does happen. So I'm not convinced that it's going to be tied. Now, who knows? I could be proven wrong. Maybe when we get a mature asset class and people care more about fundamentals, maybe that would tie in more. But even then, I just sit there thinking, like, why, when there's all these use cases, are people so focused on Ripple at that point? In a mature asset class where XRP is used for all sorts of other stuff, like, why not Coil? A new form of web monetization, or pick your company, or Forte, or whatever. I don't know. So we'll see. So I'm not saying he's entirely wrong. I just feel a little bit different just because I know that the market moves in tandem and it's not as much about fundamentals. It's mostly just about people wildly speculating because emotions, basically. All right, now into this from the Daily Hop. Here's how bullish crypto investors really are on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, Luna, and XRP survey. A new poll conducted by digital asset investment firm CoinShares shows close to half of investors believe a single crypto asset now has the highest upside potential, and it's not Bitcoin. According to the survey, 42% of investors view Ethereum as the most attractive crypto asset based on potential growth, beating Bitcoin by 24 percentage points. CoinShares says that year to date, Ethereum's market share of crypto assets under management has grown by 15 percentage points. And here's a quote. 42% of investors see Ethereum as having the most compelling growth outlook and by a significant margin, outstripping Bitcoin at 18%. This mirrors the growth in assets under management we have seen in Ethereum, where market share of investment products has risen from 11% at the beginning of the year to 26% today. And that's the end of the quote. And that brings us to this chart right here. You can see this is titled, Which Digital Assets Do You Believe Has the Most Compelling Growth Outlook? And on the right, you can see here's XRP with a rather low percentage, looks like less than 5%. Was that 2 or 3%? Compared to Ethereum at 42%. So worth pointing out a couple of things here. There's way more money in Ethereum than XRP. So what's the market cap? Market cap for XRP, 54 billion. Market cap for Ethereum, 419 billion. Good for Ethereum. I hold Ethereum, by the way. So, like, where's their most opportunity? Because, like, you see that the new people jumping into crypto now, you know that they're doing what everybody in history has done, right? Almost everybody, except for me. I'm a weird outlier. Everybody starts with Bitcoin. I actually didn't. The first crypto I purchased was Ethereum. And then the second was Litecoin, and the third was Bitcoin for me. I know, weird, right? But and that's, by the way, those three. The reason is I started at Coinbase. That's all that was available. There were 3 coins for sale at the time in 2017, and so. Yeah, money starts at Bitcoin. It's interesting now that the perspective is at a point where a lot of people are talking about Ethereum being number 2. So that's fascinating. A little bit harder to explain here, but the attention is generally towards the top, and where there's most opportunity in terms of tremendous multiplier effect, it's the cryptocurrencies that people are paying less attention to, and arguably in terms of large cap coins at least. XRP is one of the cryptocurrencies that the least attention has been paid to, like, to this point for this market cycle, which is why XRP is the only top 10 crypto that hasn't hit its all-time high from the last market cycle. It's the only one, and it's off by quite a bit. But that represents opportunity. Like, some people that don't understand markets, they think that that's scary or sounds bad. But I'm like, no. If it were already higher, the opportunity's gone. It's not there, which means there is the opportunity. And again, the whole market moves in tandem. So to me, there's not a reason in the world for me to be scared. That's not to say there's no risk investing. There's always risk investing in anything. So you got to decide for yourself what makes sense. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, clearly. But I'm just sharing with my opinion that people are not sufficiently paying attention to XRP, even though our community's big. But you just wait. You wait till the rest of the world jumps in, and this thing's going to rocket like crazy, I think. And so to see that XRP is lower on this chart doesn't mean a damn thing to me. In terms of percentage gains, there's no reason that XRP couldn't outperform most, if not all, of the coins on this chart here. There's no reason that wouldn't happen necessarily. And so anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and mention it because I think most people get. So it's, you know what it makes me think of too. It's like Peter Brandt, very popular chart analyst. He doesn't like Ripple and he doesn't like XRP. And so over the last year or so, there have been at least 3 instances that I've caught where the XRP BTC pair, you look at it, and it's like XRP is not looking too hot. It's looking pretty low relative to Bitcoin. And the 3 times that he brought it up over the last year that I can think of happened to be where XRP was at its lowest, but that represented opportunity. And what happened in the week or 2 after each of those 3 instances is XRP rocketed. So it happened in the beginning of November. I went from 20-something cents to about 80 cents. Happened in whenever, I guess it was April, right? Or maybe, I don't know if, it must have been the beginning of April. Whenever XRP started rocketing, went up to like $2. He did it right before that. And then after XRP bottomed at 52 cents this summer, he did it again. And then XRP's, ultimately went up to $1.41 or whatever. And it's just funny. So like you look at it, so it's like, ooh, it looks bad and scary, and he should know better than this. He just doesn't like XRP, which is why he's making those points. It looks like it's bad, looks like it's scary. All of these other things, the metrics look better. The price is higher. Yeah, but there's less opportunity if the price is higher. And so I see something like this, and I'm like, okay, good. This is not a bad thing. I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.